Welcome, yogis, to today's edition of Okaiyoga, your home yoga practice. Let's start out on your mat today. If you have 2 blocks and a blanket, that would be great. Find a comfortable seat. We want our hips above our knees. And welcome yourself to your practice. Cross your legs in front of you. Maybe even place the top of your feet towards the mat. Over time, they'll open up a little bit more. Have your sits bones somewhere between the middle and the front of the block or the blanket that you're sitting up on. Roll your shoulders up and back. Let's all take a deep inhale in through our nose. Open our mouth and sigh it out. Let's do that again. Deep, deep inhale in through the nose. Open our mouth, sigh it out. Next, deep inhale in through the nose. Feel the navel move towards the spine, the crown get light and tall. Release the glutes. And on the exhale, this time exhale out our nose. Let's do that again. Deep inhale in through the nose. Audible exhale out the nose. Let's all softly close our eyes. Take an inventory. How are you feeling this morning? Your body, your mind, your spirit. Roll your shoulders up and back. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, let our chin fall towards or to our chest. Inhale, right ear towards the right shoulder. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, left ear towards the left shoulder. Exhale, back to center. 2 more times each side. Let's take our hands behind our back, interlace our hands. Now notice whichever thumb came on top naturally, let's switch the grip so the opposite thumb is on top. Bend the arms a lot so that you can place your palms flat to each other. Then draw the knuckles away from us and maybe lift the pinky fingers up. So the knuckles are moving away, the pinky fingers moving up. Take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, roll the right ear towards the right shoulder and pause for 2 deep breaths here. Inhale through center. Exhale, left ear towards the left shoulder. Nice juicy stretch on the right side of our neck. Maybe now we can lift the pinky fingers up towards the sky a little bit more, the knuckles away from us, triceps moving towards each other. Another deep breath here. And let's release the hands, roll the shoulders up and back. We'll walk our right fingertips away from us. Go only so far, or as far away as we can, but we want to make sure the left sits bone is still connected to the block or the blanket or the ground below us. Roll the right shoulder up and back. It can be up on fingertips or flat. I like being on my fingertips. I feel like I can get a slightly deeper stretch. We'll inhale, reach the left hand up towards the sky, and on the exhale, the fingertips will reach away from us. Push into the bottom hand a lot, especially the thumb and the forefinger, and feel that space you're creating on the left side body. Maybe even the left ribs can move towards the top of the mat. Push that finger down again. Turn our gaze up towards that top inner elbow and maybe draw the left shoulder on our back. Take a deep inhale here, and on the exhale, the left hand reaches away from the right knee. Can we lower the left shoulder slightly, draw the navel towards the spine. Imagine our thoracic spine, the middle of our back, is moving away from us. The chin is facing towards the ground, the head's relaxed, the fingertips reach even further away. Deep, deep inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll twist again. Roll the shoulders on our back. Shoulder blades got closer towards each other. Top hand up and over. Take a deep, deep inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll move towards the opposite side. The left hand walks away from us, making sure the right sits bone is still connected to the block. The right hand reaches up. Then over, push into the thumb and forefinger on the left hand. Open the top shoulder towards the back of your mat. Draw that right sits bone down and feel the right rib cage open up. The muscles between each rib, creating spaciousness, making it easier to breathe. Maybe the top fingers reach even further as the right rib cage is opening up. Turn our gaze towards that inner elbow. Take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, the right hand reaches away from the left knee. Right shoulder comes down. We're still pushing into the left thumb and left forefinger, drawing the navel towards the spine. Imagine the thoracic spine moving behind us. Gaze us down at that left thigh. Fingertips reach away. Breathing, 2 more deep breaths here. Inhaling up. 1 more time, exhaling away, 1 more time. Inhale, right hand comes down, roll the shoulders up and back. Today's pranayama practice will be Analom Valom, alternate nostril breathing. We'll make the peace sign, draw the peace fingers down. We're going to use our right thumb, our right ring finger to block our nostrils. We'll take a deep, deep inhale here. Exhale out the nose. Another deep inhale here. Place the right thumb on the right nostril. Exhale out the left side. Inhale, left nostril. Close the left nostril and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the right nostril and exhale. Inhale, right nostril, filling the lungs completely. Close, hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open, ring finger, left nostril, exhale. Inhale, left side. Close and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the thumb and exhale. 1 more round. Inhale completely, right side. Close the thumb and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the left nostril, exhale. Same side, inhale. Close and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hand, exhale. Softly close your eyes for just 15 seconds. Notice the stillness by controlling our breath. We use our breath as our gauge in our yoga practice today. Your breath's more important than any pose. If a pose does not serve you, is not accessible today, that's fine. You can take child's pose, downward dog, shavasana. Come back to your breath. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. And rejoin the sequence when it serves you. Let's all come find our way to tabletop. If you'd like to use your blanket for extra padding under your knees, that's a great idea. In tabletop, let's make sure our shoulders are directly above the wrist crease. The hips are about hip distance apart and slightly behind our hips, the toes are tucked. Take an inhale, let the sits bones curl up towards the sky, the belly drops, the heart waves forward, the gaze is towards the top of the mat. And on the exhale, we're going to sink back into child's pose. Knees are separated, big toes touch, heart melts down. Inhale, back to cow pose, tailbone curls up, belly down, heart waves forward, push into the palms, float the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees, finding cow pose, connecting half a breath to simple movements, push into the palms. Exhale, sinking back, Malasana, child's pose. Hips move towards the heels, maybe not all the way to the heels just yet. Every body is different. Find our way back to cow, tuck the toes, push into the palms, hips float up and back, downward facing dog. Another round like this, lowering the knees down, filling the belly with air, sinking back, Malasana, child's pose. Finding our way, cow, downward facing dog. Let's all come back down to tabletop to our knees. Bring the right hand in a little bit closer, not quite under the nose, but closer to under the nose. Push into that right palm a lot. Lift the left hand out, extend the left fingertips in front of us. The thumb is pointing up towards the sky. Put extra effort into that bottom hand. And if you're feeling it today, float the right leg back in space. The right toes are pointing, the hamstrings lifting up, the toes are moving towards the back of the mat. Push into the palm. Imagine the toes just got further and further away from those front fingers. Pushing down, we tend to sink here. If we push down, there's more stability. Really using the ball of the left foot as our foundation as well. Lift the back hamstring up, draw the big toe away from us. Let's place the left hand back down on the mat. Take the right foot over the left leg. Find the ball of the right foot. Push into each palm equally. Take an inhale here, and on the exhale, twist over. Imagine we're looking over our left shoulder until we find that left foot. Maybe we find it, maybe we don't. Another juicy side stretch. We tend to sink here, so push into the palms equally. Notice it just got a little bit more lift. The right heel's moving back, the right hamstring's lifting up. And let's unwind, float that foot up towards the sky. Bring the right knee down. Sink back to child's pose if you'd like. Meet back in tabletop, shoulders directly above the wrist crease. Now let's bring the left hand in closer towards the nose. Push into the left hand a lot. Float the right hand forward, thumb up, pinky finger down, point, draw those fingers towards the top of the mat. If we're feeling it here, float the left leg back. The top thumb comes up, the bottom hand comes down, the toes are pointing, extending away from those right fingertips, the hamstrings lifting up, the big toes drawing away, the navel's moving towards the spine, the left hand's pushing down, activating the pose. Another deep breath here. Then let's float the right hand back down to the mat, push into each hand equally, move the left leg over the right, find the ball of the left foot, push into each palm equally, draw that left heel towards the back, left hamstring lifting up, hips are square towards the front of the mat, reactivate both hands, we just got higher. Navel is connected towards the spine. Look over the right shoulder. Can we find that left foot? Juicy side stretch on the left side of the body. Float that left leg up, bring the left leg down, and make our way back down to child's pose. Great job, yogis. Making our way through tabletop, let's push up and back into downward facing dog. You're welcome to walk your dog, bending one leg, straightening the other. Move your blanket aside. You want to feed it for a little bit. Bending and straightening one leg, pushing into the palms a lot. Put a little bit of bend in the knees, curl the sits bones up towards the ground, then reactivate the palms. The arms get straight and long. Your heart melts towards your thighs. The hamstrings move back, the heels move down. On the inhale, we'll float the right heel up towards the sky, bend the right leg, and stack our hips. Now we tend to dump a lot into or bend our left elbow. Let's straighten both arms. There's weight in the right hand, just as there is in the left hand. Maybe we curl the right foot around one direction, the other. Maybe we look under our left armpit, looking for that foot up in the sky, opening the hips. Floating the right heel back up towards the sky. The toes are pointing down, then float the right foot down. Take a deep inhale and exhale here. The next inhale will float the left heel up towards the sky, bending the left leg, stacking the hips, activating both arms nice and strong. Left hamstring moving away towards the back of the mat. Look under the right arm foot. Maybe we see that left foot. Maybe we rotate the ankle one direction, then the other. Straighten that leg. The heel moves up towards the sky. The toes are pointing down towards the mat. Push into each hand equally, then float the left ball of the foot down to the mat. Pausing for 2 deep breaths here. Next part of our warm-up, I'll face you to demonstrate. On the inhale, we'll float the right heel up towards the sky. The right foot comes forward, left knee comes down. Right foot forward, right arm across our lumbar spine. We'll inhale the left hand out, and we'll exhale, twist. Every inhale, imagine the crown of the head lifts up. We're creating space and lightness between each vertebrae. Every inhale, the crown is lifting up, and every exhale, the right shoulder opens ever so slightly towards the back. We'll inhale, unwind, cactus the arms. The elbows move forward, the palms move back, the heart lifts up. Exhale, place the hands down, stepping back to plank, top of a push-up. We'll draw the right knee towards or to the right tricep, the left knee towards or to the left tricep. Lower down, one push-up here. Knees can be up, knees can be down, yogi's choice. Up and back, downward facing dog. Now we'll move to the other side. The left heel floats up, left foot comes forward, come down into that nice low lunge. Left knee forward, left hand across the lumbar spine. Inhale, the right hand opens, exhale, twist. Inhale, get tall. Tall. Exhale, open, left shoulder towards your back. Make sure the whole body isn't leaning here. Nice straight spine. Inhale, creating spaciousness. Exhale, opening. Another deep breath here. Effort and ease. Cactus the arms, the palms go back, the elbows go forward, shoulder blades move towards each other, and the heart lifts towards the sky. Placing the hands down, framing the foot, stepping back to plank, top of a push-up. Inhale, left knee, left elbow, right knee, right elbow. First round, one push-up, lower down, pushing up and back, downward facing dog. Round 2, right heel floats up, right foot forward, left knee down. Right hand across our back, left hand opens up. Exhale, twist. 2 deep breaths here. Cactus the arms, the heart looks up. Frame the foot, plank. Second round, 2 taps. Right knee twice to the right elbow, tricep. Left knee towards or to the left elbow, tricep. 2 push-ups. Elbows scrape the rib cage as we lower down, pushing up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot up, left foot forward, right knee down, left hand across our back. Inhale, open, exhale, twist. Inhale, tall, exhale, open. 2 more breaths here. Unwind, cactus the arms, frame the foot, stepping back, left knee, left elbow twice, right knee, right elbow or tricep twice, 2 push-ups. Oh, let's do one more round. It's a great day. Float right foot up towards the sky. The right foot comes forward, left knee down. Now you've got it. Open, twist, get tall, open. Cactus the arms. Frame the foot. Third round, 3 gentle taps. 1, 2, 3. 3 gentle push-ups. 1, 2, 3. Downward facing dog. Left heel comes up. Left foot forward, right knee down. Open, twist, spacious and tall, straight spine. Open. Unwind, cactus to arms. Frame the foot. Stepping back. Left knee, 3 gentle taps. Left tricep, left elbow. 3 gentle taps, right knee towards her 2. 3 push-ups. We can be on our knees here, no problem. And let's sink back into child's pose, Malasana. Knees are separated, big toes touch, and our heart melts down. Pausing for a couple juicy breaths here. Let's come up through tabletop, tuck our toes, downward facing dog. Walk our hands to our feet. Standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Our hands are a little bit further in front of us. It's easier to get the legs towards straight. Let the head hang heavy. Gently nod the chin, yes. Gently shake the ears side to side, no. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, circle the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, our hands to our heart. And release. Inhale the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms again, lifting our heart. Exhale, standing forward fold all the way down. Come onto the balls of our feet. Gently hug our thighs. Our chest is touching our thighs. Our neck is relaxed. Playful balance, very near to the ground. Place the hands back on the ground. The heels come down. Halfway rise, standing fold. Circle the hands up towards the sky and release our hands to our heart. Let's let our hands come straight out in front of our shoulders. Roll the shoulders up and back and slightly down. With our feet hip distance apart, or the toes can be touching. We'll sit down into chair pose, Utkatasana. Let's do kind of a high, maybe a bar stool, high chair. We want our shoulders, instead of being way forward like this chair, we want our shoulders moving more in alignment with our hips. The lower we sit, deeper the stretch on the thighs, on the quads. Slowly rise, circle the hands up towards the sky and bring the hands back down to our heart. Now this may be easier with our toes pointing straight in front of the heels. Maybe we come up onto the balls of our feet. Or you know what, first let's extend our hands out in front of us again. Place the shoulders on our back. Draw the navel towards the spine. Maybe we bend each knee and slowly come down to a two-legged chair. Slowly, slowly, slowly stop wherever you need to. Shoulders are moving into alignment above our hips. As we start to wobble and tremble, maybe it's a good time to come out of the pose. Circle the hands up towards the sky. Cactus the arms. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, let's reach down to our blocks or the mat, stepping back to plank, top of a push-up. Inhale, push the ground away, draw the shoulders in front of our wrists, then slowly lower down, elbows moving towards the spine, scraping the rib cage as we come down to our belly. Lift the right foot up, draw the right toe away, then replace the right foot on the mat. Lift the left foot up, draw the left toe away, then replace the left foot on the mat. Imagine the hips are pushing deeper into the mat, the elbows moving towards the spine. Now just drag the base of the palms back towards our feet and notice how that lifts our chest, little baby cobra here. Draw the heels towards the glutes, tuck the toes, push up and back, downward facing dog. Turn our gaze towards our thumbs, put a bend in the knees and draw the shoulders above our wrists. Push the arms a little bit straighter, a little bit more active. Bend the knees a lot, push into the balls of the feet with equal pressure as the base of the palms, and float the hips up towards the sky, moving forward quietly, silently. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, lower down. Circling the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, our hands to our heart. Let's take another round, Surya Namaskar. A, sun salutation A, as we greet the day. Circle the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus, lift the heart. Inhale, reach higher. Exhale, standing forward, fold. Halfway lift, reach down, step back. Draw the shoulders in front of the fingertips, lower down. Adjust your feet, push the hips into the mat, draw the elbows towards the spine. Draw the base of the palms back, Cobra. Draw the heels towards the glute, tuck the toes, push up and back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, curl the sits bones up towards the sky. Draw the shoulders above the wrist crease. Push those blocks or the ground away so the arms are a little bit straighter but not quite locked. We're going to bend the knees again with equal pressure in the hands and the balls of the feet. The hips are going to float up and move forward. Halfway rise, lower down, circle the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach taller. Exhale, hands to our heart. Great job, yogis. Moving on, circling the hands up towards the sky. Cactus the arms, lift the heart. Inhale, reach higher. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Find the block, stepping back to plank, top of a push-up. Push the ground away. Draw the shoulders in front of the fingertips and lower down slow. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, up and down. Up and back, downward facing dog. Let's inhale the left foot forward, or high, then bring the left foot forward, step the right foot out into a high lunge. We're going to shift our weight into the left hand, opening the right hand up towards the sky. Now move the back heel towards, the energy moving towards the back of the mat, the right hamstring lifting up. Maybe we come up onto the fingertips of the left hand so we can open this juicy twist here. And let's take 4 circles forward with the right hand. 4 circles back, right hand. Float the right hand down. Shift the weight into the right hand. The left hand floats up, draw the left hip back in space. The right hamstring still active, right heel still working. Can we move that right foot back so the heel's above the ball of the foot? Lower the left hand down. We may need to draw the back foot in a little bit, bend the back leg a lot, and slowly walk ourselves up. Bring our hands on our hips. Imagine we have this big belt buckle. We're drawing up towards the sky by moving our sits bones down. Re-straighten that back leg, active. Bend and straighten the front leg. High crescent lunge. You can pause, front leg up to 90 degrees. The front knee is above, not in front of the front ankle. If you'd like a little bit more, there's always options. We can lower and raise that back knee. Really feel it in the quads and the hamstrings. If you'd like a lot more, and have been doing this for a while, with 90 degree in that front leg, can we just bend, lower, and raise the back knee without moving the hips? A little bit goes a long way. A lot more effort here. Feel it in the glutes, the quads, the hamstrings. Placing the hands on the blocks because it feels so good. Float the left heel up towards the sky, 3-legged dog, then lower the left toe, follow the left foot down. The next inhale, the right heel will float up, the right foot comes forward. Step the left foot out so we have a wider, more firm foundation. Shift the weight into the right hand. Draw the right hip back in space. Look at our back foot. Can we scooch it back so the ball of the foot is underneath the heel? Opening up that top hand, drawing the right hip back in space. Left hamstring active. Maybe we come up on fingertips. We think about where our top hand is. We don't want it. We want to stack it over the wrist, over the elbow, over each shoulder. So if it's too far back, too far forward, kind of hard to tell without a mirror. And you'll start to notice If you exaggerate forward, back, square, straight up, we'll then allow ourselves to open even deeper. Circling the hands 4 times forward, bringing extra circulation, oxygen-rich blood to the left shoulder. Let's take it the other direction. Left hand floats down, shift the weight of the left hand, the right fingertips reach up. Right hand comes down, step the back foot in, half a step, walk ourselves up, bend and straighten the front leg. High crescent lunge. Finding stillness, pausing. You can even lower the back knee, hang out here for a little bit. If you'd like to lower and raise the hips 4 times, that's an option right here. If you're progressing and want to try that 90-degree fold in the right thigh, right calf, and then just subtly lower and raise the back knee. A little bit goes a long, long way. Place the hands onto the blocks. Float the right heel up. Finding downward facing dog. Take a deep, deep inhale in through the nose. Open our mouth and sigh it out. Let's do that again. Deep, deep inhale in through the nose. Open our mouth and sigh it out. Turning our gaze towards our thumb tips, drawing the shoulders above our wrist crease. Bend the knees a lot. Activate the arms. Float the hips up and forward. Halfway rise, standing forward fold, circling the hands up towards the sky. Exhale the hands to our heart and release. Moving on, circling the hands up towards the sky. Cactus the arms, lift the heart. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, place our hands down to the blocks or to the ground. Maybe the ground this time. Float the left heel up. Left foot comes towards the left thumb tip. Let's rise into Warrior One. In Warrior One, the back foot is turned out 45 degrees. We slowly rise, the hips are squared towards the front of the mat. They can be open a little bit depending on your body shape, the amount of openness you have today. Feel the pinky toe edge, that back foot, a really strong grip, strong foundation. Bend and straighten the front knee 4 times. From Warrior One, we're going to step back and open into Warrior Two. The front foot's perpendicular to the back, the heel's pointing towards the back arch or back heel. Draw the fingertips away from our chest, put the shoulders back on our back. Thumbs come to the sternum, reaching the fingertips away from each other. The back palm points up. Fingertips reaching away, shoulders up and back. The back hips turning out, the front hips turning down. Really super strong legs. Maybe the back tricep needs to lift up. Turn our gaze towards those front fingertips. Fierce, benevolent warriors. Beautiful breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. We'll inhale, reversing our warrior, reaching that top hand up and then back. And then we'll cartwheel the hands down, framing the front foot, coming onto the ball of the back foot, stepping back to plank, top of the push-up. Push the ground away, lower down slow. Cobra, heels to the glutes. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Turn the gaze towards the thumb tips. Bend the knees, float the hips up and forwards. Halfway rise, standing full. Hands to the sky, hands to the heart. Release, circle the hands up, cactus the arms. Reach even higher, standing fold. Halfway lift, plank, top of a push-up, lower down slow. Cobra, heels towards the glute. Downward dog, right heel comes up, right heel towards the front. Back foot out, 45 degrees. Rise to Warrior One. Open up to Warrior Two. Shoulders down our back. Back palm reaches up, back tricep up, fingers reaching away from each other. super strong foundation. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Plank. Lower down. Up dog or cobra, yogi's choice. Downward facing dog. Turn our gaze towards the thumb tips, bend the knees. Float the hips up and forward. Halfway rise, standing fold. Hands to the sky and hands to our heart. Let's take that again. Circle the hands up towards the sky. Cactus the arms, reach even higher. Standing fold, halfway lift. Top of a push-up. Lowering down. Up dog or cobra. Downward dog. Left heel up. Left foot forward. Rise, warrior one. Back foot out 45 degrees. Stepping back, warrior two. Inhale, reversing our warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to plank. Lower down, up dog or cobra. Downward dog, right foot up, right foot forward. Left foot 45 degrees. Rise to warrior one. Open up. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Plank. Lower down. Up dog or cobra. Downward dog. Turn the gaze towards the thumbs. Bend the knees, straighten the arms. Float the feet forward. Hop, walk, step forward. Halfway rise. Standing fold, hands to the sky, hands to the heart, and release. Feeling the heat that you're creating in your practice today. Great job, yogis. Let's move on. Circling the hands up towards the sky. Cactus the arms, reaching higher. Notice the shoulders just touching the ears. Standing forward, fold. Halfway lift. Stepping back to plank. Lowering down. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. This time the right foot comes up, right foot forward. Rising into crescent lunge. Hands come right down. Plank. Lower down. Up dog or cobra. Two downward facing dog. Heel comes up, left heel. Left foot forward. Crescent lunge on the opposite side. Hands come down, plank, lower down, up dog, down dog. Pausing for 2 deep breaths here. Turn our gaze towards the thumb tips, bend the knee. Strong arms, push into the balls of the feet, the base of the palms, the hips come up. Halfway rise. Standing forward fold. 2 deep breaths here. Halfway rise. Standing fold. Hands come up to the sky. Then let's sit back, find our chair pose again. The fingertips are reaching up. The knees are bent. The hips are moving back in space. Bring the palms to touch to prayer in front of our heart. Let's all take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll twist to the right. Put the back of the tricep on the left arm on the outside of the right thigh. Now the left knee tends to jut forward, so all we have to do is square our hips towards the front of the mat, drawing the hips in alignment with each other. Notice what happens when we activate the left tricep. The belly's still touching the front thigh, but it just got lighter. Can we move the top elbow so it's in alignment with the bottom elbow, pushing into the palms a lot, drawing the heart forward. It's almost a subtle back bend in this twist. Turn our gaze towards our fingertips or sideways. Can we sink back just slightly lower in this Utkatasana, awkward pose, chair, lightning bolt. Maybe we open the palms up, nice big stretch. Palms come together. Turn our gaze towards our right foot. Start to shift the weight into the right foot so much that the left heel comes up off the mat. Now you have choices. You can step, hop, drag or float the left heel back in space, playing with our balance as we find crescent or twisted prayer in the crescent lunge. Draw the right hip back in space, the left hamstring up. We wiggle the left ball of the foot underneath the left heel. Big juicy twist here. Feel it in the right glute, in the right hamstring, that connection. Turn our gaze back down towards our right foot and slowly float, hop, step the left foot forward. Unwind, standing forward fold, feels so good. Halfway lift, standing fold. Circle the hands up towards the sky and bring our hands to our heart. Let's take the other side. Circle the hands up towards the sky, cactus the arms, lift the heart. Inhale, reach higher. Exhale, sink back into chair pose yet again. Bring the hands to the chest. We'll take a deep inhale here. The thumbs are pushing into the sternum, and on the exhale, we'll twist so the right tricep comes on the outside of the left thigh. Notice how my right knee just jutted forward. Draw the right glute back, straightening or evening out the knees. Activate the right tricep. Feel the belly get light. Turn my gaze towards the thumbs. Point that top elbow towards the bottom elbow. Subtle back bend in this deep, juicy twist. Don't let my hips move sideways. You did it on the other side. Maybe we open up here. It feels so good. Bring the palms to touch. Turn the gaze back down. Now start to look at the left foot. Shift the weight into the left foot so the right heel easily comes up. Now we can drag the right foot back. We can step it back. If we're really holding on to that activation of the left tricep, have the weight shifting into the left foot. Maybe the right foot floats up and back, stillly, silently, quietly. Nice extension of that right leg. So the ball of the foot can be right over or right under the right heel. Reactivate the tricep. We tend to dump into the pose. Draw the left hip back, right heel back, right hamstring active. Beautiful. Turn our gaze back down towards that left foot. Shift the weight into the left foot so the right foot gets so light it hops, steps, or floats forward even with the left foot. Unwind, standing forward fold, feels so good. So while we're here, let our belly start to rest heavy on our thighs. We bend our knees a little bit, or a lot. Place the tops of the hands onto the mat directly underneath our feet. We can separate our feet about hip distance apart. Padahastasana, gorilla pose. Our belly is resting on our thighs. We wiggle our toes. Maybe we massage our inner wrist. Feels really good. Relax the crown of the head so it's hanging down. Mine was lifted a little bit so I can speak. But if the head's hanging down, you may notice you have a little bit more space. Try this. Push into the big toe mound. The ball of the foot right beneath the big toe. Notice the knees square towards the front of the mat, creating openness and space for the hips to reach up a little bit higher. Isn't that wild? Nice juicy stretch on our forearms. Nice juicy stretch on our hamstrings. Let the right foot get light. Bring the palm of the right hand to the mat, palm of the left hand to the mat. Slowly roll up. Drag the tops of our fingertips across the top of the feet, front of the ankles, front of the shins, circle the palms towards the front of the mat, reaching the hands up towards the sky. Exhale the hands to the heart and release. Shake it out, yogis. Great job. I'm feeling the heat. Hopefully you are too. It's a lot on the hips, a lot on the quads and the glutes. Let's release our hips a little bit, circling the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus, lifting the heart. Inhale, reach those hands so high. The shoulder muscles just grazed our ears. Standing forward, fold. Halfway lift. Find the mat, stepping back, plank. Lower down to the mat. Up dog or cobra, yogi's choice. Find yourself in downward facing dog. Let's all float the right heel up towards the sky. Bring the right knee to the right thumb tip. Walk the left foot back. If you do have a block or blanket handy, I recommend wedging it underneath the right glute. Now, if your expression of Half-Pigeon Prep allows you to have your front leg parallel to the top of the mat, make sure the toes are moving towards that knee. But we only want to be here with the front leg straight if we can square the hips. Now, when I do this, my left hip is raised quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is bend my knee a lot so the foot comes down close, my right foot comes close to my left hip. It allows me to square my hips closer towards the front of the mat. And if this is the variation of the pose we choose, then point the toes toward the right toes towards the left knee. Scissor the thighs together and walk your hands towards the center line. Can we look over our left shoulder and find that left foot? Nice stretch. Push into the fingertips. Now, without looking back at that left foot, maybe we draw those left toes away from us, deepening the stretch. Without looking, can we point the left heel up towards the sky? Aha. This is a great place to stay. If it's uncomfortable on the lower back, just walk your hands forward. If it's not, stay here. For some yogis that are very open or have been doing this a while, maybe we start moving the back heel towards the glutes, maybe even reaching back towards the inside of the foot. Over time, some people may have this expression of the pose where the big toe goes into their inner elbow crease. Maybe the right hand reaches up, squaring the shoulders towards the front of the mat. It's all a progression. Yoga teaches us practice beyond remaining calm in challenging situations. Lower that back foot down, and let's fold over our front thigh. This should feel really good. Maybe use another block as a pillow. Maybe you cross your arms in front of your face, place your forehead on the top of your lower arm, your forearm. Now we're still working the pose here, so there's a tendency to just plop out of it. So draw the right hip back in space, scissor the thighs together, point the left heel up towards the sky, and then melt your heart, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Big, juicy, deep stretch. It's great to spend some time in a deep hip opener like this. Rajakapotasana. Another 10 seconds here. Walking our hands back towards our hips. Let's take that block out from underneath the right glute. Tuck the left toes, float the left heel up towards the sky. And if you have wild thing here, you want to flip your dog, your three-legged dog, you're welcome to. So you're on the ball of the left foot right now. You're going to come so the left foot is flat, pointing towards the right side of the mat. We're going to reach the right foot behind us to the ball of the foot. We're going to draw our left shoulder over our left wrist crease, float the right hip up towards the sky. The right hand reaches up, flatten the left foot, straighten the leg without locking the knee. So we're pushing into, we have a firm foundation. The left hand, the left foot, the ball of the right foot creates lightness and spaciousness. The right hand reaches up, then beyond our head, and maybe we turn our gaze towards that inner right elbow. The right hip point is reaching up towards the sky. By having our left shoulder directly above our left elbow, left wrist, we're using our bones like scaffolding, taking the pressure, the weight out of the muscle. Float the right hand down to the mat, stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, let's exhale out the mouth. Let's move on to the other side. Float the left heel up towards the sky. Bring the left knee towards or to the left thumb tip. Find the position of the front leg that works for you and your body today. Draw the right foot back. Look over the right shoulder till we can see that right heel. Nice twist, pushing into the palms. If you did it on the other side, I highly recommend taking a block or blanket, wedging it under the left glute, squaring the hips towards the front of the mat, scissor the thighs. Without looking at the right heel, and we make sure it's not falling out or in, but pointing up towards the sky. That creates space for the toes to move behind us, beyond us. If this is any pressure on the lower back, try scissoring the thighs and walking the fingertips forward. Over time, as we create more spaciousness in our spine, the crown of the head gets light, space between each vertebrae. Maybe we start to draw the right heel towards the right glute. Maybe we reach back to the inside of the right foot, reaching our sternum up. Maybe over time, the right toes find the inner right elbow. Each side is different. I feel it a lot different here than the other side. I really feel it in my right quads. Less openness in this leg in this position. No big deal. If it doesn't feel good, we just back off. Find the space that works for you today. Let's walk our hands forward. All of us folding over that front left thigh. Maintaining activeness in the pose, so the top of the back foot is reaching back and away, the back heel is reaching up towards the sky, the left hip is moving back in space, we're scissoring the thighs together, taking any pressure out of our knees. We're releasing our chin, releasing the back of our neck. Find a place that's comfortable so we can stay here for 30 seconds. Maybe we use a block or the back of our hands, back of our forearms as a pillow. Breathing in deeply into the pose. Imagine you're directing oxygen-rich blood to wherever your body feels it the most. Maybe it's left hip crease, maybe the left glute, maybe the left hamstring. Ten more seconds here. And walking our hands back towards our center line. Take that blocker blanket out from under the left glute. Tucking the right toes, three-legged dog. You can come down to your knees or wait in child's pose. Or if you did it on the other side, lower the right foot flat to the mat. The left foot steps behind us onto the ball of the foot. Draw the right shoulder above the right wrist crease, using those bones as nice, strong scaffolding. Pushing in to the bottom of the right foot, the ball of the left foot, the right palm, the left hand reaches high, the left hip point just got taller. The hand goes up, the hand goes towards the top of the mat. Maybe we turn our gaze up towards that inner elbow crease, finding more spaciousness, openness in this pose. Take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll bend the right leg, left hand floats down. Three-legged dog, downward facing dog. Coming forward to plank, top of a push-up, lower all the way down to our bellies. Should feel really great. Walk our hands out in front of us, forearms flat onto the mat. Walk our elbows so they're directly below our shoulders, pushing into the forearms a lot. Lift our sternum, toes can be tucked, tops of the feet can be down. Our hips are pushing into the mat so much that the knees are lifted up. We're drawing the elbows back towards the bottom of the mat. Our gaze is about 3 feet in front of the mat or even to the horizon, but not any higher. You want to have a relaxed neck. Let's lower down from Sphinx pose, make a pillow, turn our gaze towards the right. Shake our hips side to side. Since we're here, Let's find our way into Locust. In Locust, we're going to extend the fingertips in front towards the front of the mat. Our gaze is down, the forehead can start out on the mat. The pinky edge of the hand is connected to the ground. We push into the pinky edge, the elbows lift up. We inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, the feet come up. We reach the fingertips away from the toes. And imagine we're holding on to the kickboard in the lane of the pool, and we don't want to make a wake. So we're just paddling our feet, gently kicking the feet. The hips are pushing into the mat. Our gaze is down at the mat, maybe even right in between our elbows, the fingertips reaching away. And when you've had enough, lower the arms, lower the legs, turn your gaze the opposite direction, and shake your hips side to side, releasing the lumbar spine. Another round of Locust. We extend the fingertips out in front of us. The pinky edge of the hand is karate chopping the mat. We push into those pinkies, the arms get light. We inhale, reach them off the ground. Exhale, the feet come up. The hips are pushing into the ground a lot. The fingertips reaching away, opening up those shoulders. This time, scissor the ankles towards each other. Continue to breathe. There's a tendency to hold our breath because we're holding on to a lot of big muscle groups here. This is when we need the oxygen-rich blood. We have to keep breathing. If we hold our breath, we limit our expression in the pose. We limit our time in the pose. But if it's just too much, whenever you're ready, just release. Turn our gaze towards the opposite direction. Gently rotate or shake the hips side to side. Notice what's happening with your heart. Could your heart rate just speed up? Two calm, deep breaths in through the nose, out of the nose. We have the tools, the ability to lower our heart rate. Effort and ease. In Hatha yoga, we create the effort. We allow for ease. We work and we rest throughout the practice, throughout the sequence. Let's move the heels closer towards our glutes, reaching back for the outside of the feet. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Pull the feet away, reaching the thighs up off the ground, reaching the heart up and forward, pushing the feet into the hands, using the hands to draw the heels closer towards the glutes. Maybe through a couple breaths, we find the subtle rocking motion in bow pose. Releasing the thighs, making a pillow. Let's roll over onto our back. 5-second Shavasana on our back, rock and roll the heels side to side. Bring the bottoms of the feet to touch. Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly pose. The bottoms of the feet are pushing into each other a lot. Feel the pinky toe edge of the feet really pushing down. So the feet are moving towards each other and down so much that the hips want to get light and float up. Interlace the hands directly below our glutes. Walk our triceps under us so our shoulders open. Push into the forearms a lot. I like to interlace that bottom pinky finger in between my palms, pushing into that edge of the foot, pushing the bottoms of the feet towards each other. Allow the knees to open, the hips to open, the hips to float up. Put a subtle push in the back of the head so the chin moves away from the chest. And breathe. Again, we don't want to be holding our breath in any pose in yoga unless it's a pranayama practice of holding our breath. And when you've had enough, release the hands, walk the triceps out. Slowly lower down from the top of the back to the middle of the back to the lower back. Bring the feet flat on the mat. Let the knees knock in, the knees fall out. You're welcome to take the traditional bridge pose here with the feet flat. You should be able to graze the back of the heels with your fingertips. Or if you'd like to do another round, Supta Baddha Konasana, bridge pose, that's your option. Wherever you are, the choice is yours. Floating the hips up, push into the heels. Imagine you're dragging the heels towards your glutes. If you're in traditional bridge pose, the back of the head pushes gently so the chin moves away from the chest. When you've had enough, move the triceps away, slowly lower down from the middle of the back, or top of the back, middle of the back, lower back. You can extend the legs here and rest. If you'd like to add wheel or have wheel in your practice, now is a good time. You're warmed up to take it. Here's a subtle alignment cue. Imagine we're in plank hands right here. Now gently externally rotate the arms so the fingertips move towards the right slightly. Push the palms into the sky, then bring the palms down to either side of our head. Maybe we walk our heels in ever so slightly. We're going to push into the heels, push into the palms, and we're going to stop gently resting on the top of our head. So we push into the heels, the hips float up, we push into the palms and find the crown of the head. Maybe we walk our arms slightly, hands slightly closer to the head. We push into the heels a lot. We push into the hands, straightening the arms. Everybody's arms are different. Our anatomy is different. The openness of our shoulders and hips is different. Or imagine we're drawing those hips still, or heels, towards our head, and towards our glutes. The arms are moving towards straight. We're breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. And just as important as how we got into the pose, even more important is how we come out. We look up towards the ceiling or the sky, tucking our chin towards our chest. We land on our shoulders, not the back of the head. Back of the shoulders and middle back, and slowly lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae, drawing the knees into our chest. Place the hands in the back of the hamstrings and gently rock and roll along the length of our spine, massaging the spine. Stopping in boat pose, Navasana. In boat pose, hands can be on the ground, hands can be behind the hamstrings, lifting the heart up, extending the legs. Maybe we take a straddle boat. Maybe we walk or climb the rope ladder to the top. Extending those legs a lot or a little. Play with your balance. Smile as you wobble and fall. We're in a safe spot here. We're practicing to fall without beating ourselves up. There will be challenges. We may fail in life on occasion. We will for sure. Can we smile and be okay with it and notice that we're not overreacting? Playing with our balance on the mat may allow us to play with our balance off the mat. Taking yogi toe lock, lifting the sternum up. Over time, the legs may extend. The legs are a little wider. You might find it easier to extend the legs. Bring the bottoms of the feet to touch again in Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, seated variation. Fingertips wrap around the toes, gently fluttering the knees up and down. We've done a lot on our hips today. Another great hip stretch. Malasana, Garland pose, Yogi Squat. Point the feet out 45 degrees. Over time, the goal is to have the feet flat. If you're up on the balls of your feet, this is where a block on the high, medium, or low setting may be great to allow this muscle memory to be created, allow you to flatten your feet. If we're here on the block, same cues apply. Palms push into each other, triceps push into the inner thighs, the thighs push equally into the triceps. That activation of the pose, pushing the feet down, the palms towards each other, thighs towards the triceps, maybe allow us to lift our glutes up off that block. If we're off the block, let's take our right fingertips, point them towards the bottom of the mat. Inhale, the left fingertip comes up. Turn our gaze towards that left thumb tip. Now lower our chin, so we're taking the pressure out of the back of the neck, but keeping the eyes on that thumb. The thumb reaches up and slightly back. The shoulder blades are moving towards each other. The right thigh is still pushing into the right tricep. Take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, bring it down, shake the hips side to side, lower the hips. That may feel really good. Left fingertips point towards the top of the mat. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, we twist open. The right thumb tip reaches up and back. We turn our gaze towards that right thumb, then lower the chin. Pushing into the left tricep, the left thigh, inner thigh, into the left tricep equally. That hand goes up and back. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, bring the palms to touch. Shake the hips side to side. Place the palms on the ground. Slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Hands come up to the sky. The feet are still pointing out 45 degrees. You can take a deep, deep inhale here. And on the exhale, slowly sink down. Inhale, circling up. Exhale, sinking down. Inhale, circling up. Exhale, sinking down. Inhale, up. Bring the hands to our heart. Shake out the legs. And let's add a standing balance pose, tree pose, Malasana. The right foot will dig a hole for that tree. Come shifting the weight onto the right. The left foot, the ball of the left foot can be on the ground. The whole left foot can be pushing into the right shin, the shin. Or we can lift it up to the full expression of tree pose. Find the position that works for you today. On the inhale, we're going to draw the right shoulder back, the left knee back. Bring the hands into the sternum. Super strong. Get flexible standing leg. There's a tendency for the right hip to draw out. Can you draw it in, more in line with the right ankle and knee for stability? Maybe we reach our branches out in front of us, even grow our tree, hands up towards the sky. We're playing with our balance a lot. Maybe we look up towards those branches, and start to wobble. Not holding our breath. Bringing the hands back down to our heart. Release the left leg. Can we draw the right knee up so that it's directly above? The left knee is above the left ankle. Take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, extend the heel away. Inhale, lower. Exhale, away. Inhale, reach that knee up. Then exhale, place that leg down, shaking out both legs. Let's grow our tree on the opposite side. Dig that hole for the tree. Shift the weight onto the left leg. The right foot, the ball of the foot can be on the ground, on the side of the shin. We can nudge it up into that inner left thigh. Draw the sits bones, tailbone down towards the ground, navel towards the spine, the heart is lifted. Hands come to prayer. Thumbs pushing into the sternum. Find a dristi, a spot that's not moving on the ground or on the floor. Extend the hands away from our heart. Grow our tree, reaching up. Activate the hands, the fingers are active. We're holding on to the air and on above us. Playing with our balance. Maybe you shut your eyes if you're super brave for just a split second, or maybe we turn our gaze up towards those branches, those leaves. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Pivot the right knee forward, directly above the right ankle. Extend 3 times the right heel. Then before we put the right foot down, we lift the right knee up. Then place it down, shifting our weight side to side, shaking it out. Great job, yogis. Let's carefully come down to the mat, extending our right leg out in front of us. The left leg will be bent towards the inner right thigh. Inhale the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, turn our heart towards the right foot. Extend our fingertips long. Wherever our hands fall is fine. But imagine our heart is still lifted, so there's a little bit back bend as we're lowering, folding at the hips. Then, when you've gone as far down as you can, start to turn your gaze down towards the knee or towards the thigh. You can always bend the extended leg. If for some reason you really want to get your forehead to the knee, doesn't matter. The direction is so much more important than the distance in our frequent yoga practice. Walking our hands back up towards our hips. We're going to take our left leg on the outside of our right thigh. We want both hips connected to the ground. So some people will want to fold their right heel towards the left hip. This is fine as long as you can maintain connection with both sits bones on the ground. But if you can't, let's just keep the right leg extended. We're going to take a deep inhale here, and on the exhale twist, placing the right inner elbow around the left thigh, get tall, open up wide, sounds familiar, get tall, open up towards the back. 2 more deep breaths here. And then let's unwind a counter rotation here. Should feel really good. The side body. Shaking the legs out. Left leg goes long, right leg folds in. Bottom of the right foot towards the inner left thigh. Inhale towards our center. Exhale, twist. Heart is lifted, lower down. Walk the fingertips towards that foot. Some people can grab the feet, some people can interlace their fingers beyond the feet, sometimes using a block towards the back of the foot. Feels good. Like I said, you can always bend that leg. Two more deep breaths here. Now let's lift the right foot up, place it on the outside of the left thigh. Again, you can fold the left leg, but only if both sits bones can have that firm connection to the ground below us. The right side does, my left side doesn't. Nudge that left foot in. To take the twist, we're going to take our left inner elbow, wrap around the right shin. Maybe have the back hand even up on fingertips, a little bit of leverage to help us open up. Inhale, create space in our spine. Exhale, open. Counter rotation, right arm hugs right thigh, right knee. Shake out the legs, nice twist, wrap up our practice. Make your way slowly, slowly onto our back. Draw our knees into our chest, Apanasana. Take a happy baby, arms come on the inside of our thighs. Hands, it's on the outer edge of our feet. Lower the lumbar spine to the ground by letting the heels drop towards your glutes. Then let the bottoms of the feet float up towards the sky, drawing the knees closer towards the outer chest. Apanasana one more time. Knees come into the chest. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, extend the legs long, rock and roll the heels side to side, separate the feet a little bit wider than your hips. Hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Palms open up towards the sky as a sign you're willing to share what you already know with others, as well as learn from others. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Let's open our mouth and sigh it out. Wiggle our jaw side to side, softly close our lips. Take the tip of the tongue and push it to the top of the front 2 teeth. And release the tongue, wiggle the nose. Close our eyes and flutter our eyelids without opening the eyes. Furrow and unfurrow the brow. If you push a little bit of pressure into the back of the head, can you walk your shoulder blades slightly closer towards each other? Push the back of the head gently into the mat so the chin floats away from the chest. Let's notice all the parts of our body connected to the ground below us. You've done all the work. This is where you get the most benefit from your yoga practice. As we sink, as we relax into Shavasana,
We'll be here for just 2 minutes and I will guide you out.
Slowly, slowly, let's start to deepen our breath. Bring some movement into our fingers, into our toes. Gently roll our wrists and ankles. Full body stretch, extending the fingertips onto the ground beyond your head, pointing your toes, feeling as tall, as spacious as you've ever felt in your life. Let's slide the bottoms of our feet flat onto the mat underneath our knees and roll over onto our right side. Use our right bicep as a pillow. Take a couple deep breaths here. Place our left hand flat on the ground in front of our belly. When you're ready, slowly push yourself up into a comfortable seat. Close your eyes. Bring our palms to touch in front of our heart. A seated pose where we start our class, where we end our class, is actually the hardest pose in yoga. The ancient yogis created these yoga practices to get them ready to sit in calmness and with a non-reactive breath for hours at a time. It's easy to be here for a few seconds or a minute. But to be here for an hour requires discipline, to let our breath guide us, our breath relax us. We'll seal our practice with one Om. Take a deep, deep inhale in through the nose. Lowering our chin towards our heart, blinking our eyes open. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. So grateful. It's my privilege to have you join me in my home practice. Hope to see you on a mat someday soon, but until then, you know where to find us on our Okaiyoga YouTube channel. Feel free to share it with friends and subscribe if you'd like updates on when I'll be posting new classes to our Okaiyoga channel. Have a great day.